everyone. So first of all, thanks to all of you, right, for making this effort to come here and spend some time together for these sessions. So of course, we also want to thank GS Space, right, for providing us a good space that we can on here, to have the time to do some sharings, so for E3 Hubs for this whole information share. So now, first of all, just to make sure that you're coming to the right one for the class. So today we're going to share with you about how can we hook audience, and capture their attentions. And of course, it will be through video, right? As well how to close sales for 5 minutes or less. So in a short while, I'm going to share with you why is it so, how are we going to hook them, why is it important, and as well why you have to do it in 5 minutes or less. Alright, so we're going to go through that. But fundamentally, I think before we move on to this, let me get this right. I'm still not. Okay, good. Now, first of all, I want to find out of all these participants here, how many of you actually would want more people to know and be aware of you and your solutions? How many of us would want that? Alright, good. And how many of you would actually want more people to be interested in you or your solutions? Very well. And of course, last one will be, how many of you would actually want more people to have confidence in you or your product or your solutions? Well, good. Alright, good. So you see now, I think most of us actually truly need this in this modern era, in terms of how can we really get our so-called audience to be interested and eventually can turn that into something that's beneficial to our business or for ourselves, right? Now, okay, I think some of you have actually seen this before, yeah? If you have been to the B-Start sessions, no deny that Steve Jobs, someone that has been asked, he has passed already, but these words are very powerful, especially for this one, yeah? Marketing is all about values. So whatever we see nowadays, especially from marketing, it's about values. It's not so much about specs, it's not so much about the product itself, but what kind of values are you're offering to. So those are actually under the business, you will definitely have heard of me for this, right? Now, before I actually go into the further details, how we're going to work out that stats or that formula, would it be fair if I to ask those that actually attended these start sessions, right, to allow me to spend about 5 or 10 minutes to go through some of the things that we have discussed about. Okay, in the past will be fine. I think half of us actually here has never attended these start the sessions. It'd be good that if I spend 5-10 minutes to refresh back a little bit on that part. Okay? And this is why we need to do so, because I've also mentioned as well, one of the magic in learning, right, is actually whatever that you've learned in the past, you unlearn it and then you relearn it. And that is the magic of how you can really capture the essence of what you need to know, right? So now, go back to the fundamental, why video, right? If you refer to this business intelligence report done in 2019, right? Video is a medium that's going consistently uptrend all along. And we're searching out, in fact by 2020 it's going to be at least 30 exabytes, which is a huge amount of data, and the huge amount of data actually contributed by mobile video itself. Okay? If you go by Cisco, which is a very well-known telco company, right, you also can see that the video consumption is also going up all the way. So yeah, you see that you will now just keep on going. If let's say we talk about 5G coming next in 2020, right, definitely you see the consumption would even go even higher, right? That's going to be very amazing and ridiculous. So if you don't embark on this, if you don't tap on these powerful tools, right, then you miss out a big growth, definitely, right? Okay, quick glance through why the 9 reasons of why video is always better than other medium. Now, no deny, every medium has its own advantages, right? Even flyers, posters, banners, right? It has its advantages. But don't get me wrong, it's just that video in the modern era right now, especially in the era whereby each of us has a screen device in your pocket, right? That's why it's powerful. It's with you all the time. Every of your audience will actually have a device that can look through your things, look through your offerings. Okay? So, number 1, video is important because it displays non-verbal communication, right? Through your facial expressions, through graphics, through motions, a lot of things can be shown through video before fully depending on the verbal expression. video engages audiences. We know that okay, people can remember 20% based on what they see, what they hear, 30% of what they see. But the moment you can say they can combine against with what they see and what they hear, you can actually remember way better than 70%. Right? That's how we actually learn things, right, isn't it? If you were to look through a book on how to repair or how to change a tire, maybe you can only remember like a few steps. But if you were to see and there's a person actually explaining how to do it, I'm sure that you're able to remember better, right? So that's why. So thirdly, video can comprise of all other mediums. Be it text, audio, visuals, photos, anything, all the mediums can be combined to it. For video can prompt shares. I think you know that, right? Nowadays, if any social media platform, right, wherever you put any video, you can see there's always a share button available. And actually prompt people to share because of it's so easy to share that, right? And of course, 5 is video presents great and rich content. Now, this is something that I mentioned, and it is very important for us to know this as well. In 2015, right, people's attention can be maintained at least for 8.25 seconds. They can look at something and focus, and also pay attention to it for 8.25. But if you see earlier on, right, in the 2000, the duration is even longer. But nowadays, do you know what is the attention span? In 2010, I've mentioned this in this time before, right? Anyone? Anyone will try? 4. No, in actual it's 6. Alright, that's why YouTube, Instagram, all that came up with a 6-second ad. You know that, yeah. So that's the reason why we have that 6 seconds. So if let's say we're to compare 2019 or 2018, like these 2 years duration, our attention span is even worse than a goldfish. The goldfish can actually focus and get into something, to the food for even 9 seconds. Of course, do you know why goldfish is always hungry? Because after you feed it, right, 9 seconds it goes swim, then you forget it. He actually forgotten that he has actually taken the food, and that's why he eat again. That's right. So our attention span is worse than a goldfish. Right now, video insights actions. So I think you know that you can download videos, you can share, you can subscribe, anything, but it truly insight people from that. And video enable convenient and accessible production. So this is a very famous vlogger called Casey Neistat. Okay, and he has actually have 10 million subscribers in his platform, and all he do is like introducing devices and gadgets only. Right? And all he does is like sitting in his own room, his studio, and share just by using a smartphone. In the early days, he actually used a smartphone just to do it. Of course, as things goes as once, and he has more subscribers, he upgraded his quality of filming and actually introduced more devices like real camera, professional camera to help him to capture things. Yeah, but he started with smartphone only, So it's so convenient. Now, and of course, video also provides the best search engine result. Yeah. I'm sure that if you have done any Google search, right, once in a while, you search for a certain product, you see that videos will be listed among the Google search results. And for your information, right, YouTube is the second largest search engine after Google. So if let's say you don't have a presence in YouTube or in any video format, right, then you truly miss out a big thing. Okay. Video can reach the widest market as well, right? Because by 2020, the video will dominate most of the web traffic already. Okay. Alright, good. I think we took up about 5 minutes to refresh through every one of what we have gone through together in this time. Right now, for today, this is a real agenda, right? How can we hook the audience? Okay. Are we ready? Yes. Okay, great. Now, I've also brought up one particular point that a lot of times, right, we always want to be interesting. Okay, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, right, we always have a tendency that want people to know more about us, about our product offering. Okay, and this is the part where we call it trying to be interesting. But do you know that true power of getting people attention is not to be interesting, it's to be interested. And this is the fundamental of the entire law of achievement psychology that we're going to embark on to carry throughout the whole entire marketing campaign, to carry out the whole entire video marketing formula. Okay, so you see that this problem, if you want to be interesting, be interested first. Can you get it? So it's all about, instead of we trying to be very interesting, trying to talk best about ourselves, can we spend some time to be interested in the next party? Be interested in what our audiences want. Be interested in what our consumer want. Give them what they want, you will get what they want. Okay? Alright, so we can able to practice understanding and this philosophy. Be interested and don't be interested. Okay, good. Now, first thing first, before we actually move into the real planning of how can we use video to capture, right? Always there's the importance of understanding our priority. And whoever that actually read this book before, called First Thing First, by a very famous author called Dr. Stephen R. Covey, right? They actually mentioned, right, of all the important things or versus urgent things, which are the areas that we should truly focus most? Right? There's this thing called important and urgent, and this is the part where we always spend a lot of time fire something. Very important and also very urgent. If you don't do it, you're going to die. That is the scenario. This is what we call firefighting. No? And the other one is called important but not urgent. The other one is called not important but urgent, and the last one is called not important and not urgent, which is like, the trivial thing like smoking, spending time at the pantry, chit-chatting. These are called not important and not urgent, right? So according to this book called First Thing First, it always emphasizes of all the things as an entrepreneur or as a person with a goal that you need to achieve, right? Always spend the most time on the zone 2, okay? Which is all about planning, relationship building, analysis into new opportunities, and also learning and development. So, and this is the part that we use to actually plan our video. Okay? So, with this concept, right, we will be diving straight into the objectives of the video first. Before you work on any video, is plan, right? What is the objective that you like to achieve out of it? And we know that one of the fundamental planning is always using the SMART goal, right? Which is specific, meaningful. Some people actually call it as measurable, action-oriented, realistic, and timely, right? So if you use this as the basis foundation to plan the objectives of video, then at least you know what you want to do out of it and what you will be able to achieve out of it, right? Let's say today you wanted, you're doing, let's say, running a new restaurant, alright? And your main objective is to allow more people to know that now there's this new restaurant exists. And that is the objective. So based on that objective, plan and work around the content required, which we are going to go through. How are we going to plan this content, right? So fundamentally, before you start any video, don't rush into it. I know as an entrepreneur, sometimes we always tend to have a tendency to rush into things. But in the modern era, in order to speak to the right audience and engage them, right, you truly need to plan and understand them. That's why by summing up your objectives will be good. Else along the way, right, you will have this tendency of calling, we call it the creativity issue. Too much of creativity will dilute your entire video. We have a lot of that scenario. We do a lot of corporate video, commercials video, and we have engagement from client side. So client side will always have a tendency, oh, what if now will be adding this and that, and along the way you get to see that the whole thing gets added. The message is no longer strong. So that's why it is very important and always an objective being set up front. Okay, are we good up to this moment? Alright, now, so you see, if for examples, what are the objectives that can be set up? For example, create awareness of my brand name or the solutions. Or it can be attract more targeted audience to come to my website or come to my Facebook or social media page. And as well enable the targeted audience to understand the benefit of my solutions. Or for some even say that, I want to drive in more sales for my business, right? So these are some objectives. It can be one particular objective or it can incorporate all. Of course, when you want to incorporate all, then you truly need to even plan a little bit more in detail. If it's one by one, then it's even easier. Okay? Alright, now, marketing secret. This is something that we really need to find out and share this out. A lot of times, people actually don't buy for logical reasons. They actually buy for emotional reasons. You know that? You see, when we do any purchasing, you will always have a tendency to be affected by your emotion rather than logic. That is how easy to take it seriously. If you say that, yeah, it is actually based on logical consideration, and a lot of times, if it really based on logical consideration, you know that in the end, right, you may not even be able to make a good decision after all. Seriously. I'm not sure whether any of you have encountered a time whereby you're even two particular products with two different specs, We, as a consumer, that we are not expert in that product itself, how can you do a good logical comparison on that? It's not easy. And a lot of times, right, once you do any comparison and you can't really decide, you have a tendency to walk away and not think about it for now. And after some time, what happens is that you will lose that drive to own that product. I think some of us actually have this kind of scenario before, right? You want to buy something, so badly, but the moment you compare and you create a decision, you walk away, and after some time, after 2020, after all, you don't need it at all. Isn't it right? I think we all face that, and that is because of their too dependent on the logical consideration. That's why this is something that you're going to back on, using this emotional perspective to back on. Okay? And this is not mentioned by me, this is mentioned by a very famous sales guru called Zig Ziglar. Very famous. Okay, now, after we have set up all the objectives, then we need to understand what is our targeted audience. And that's why I brought in that point just now. When humans do any purchasing, right, most of the time it's all driven by emotional. But do you know that for the past 50 years, right, a lot of marketing or sales will actually tell you, if you want to know our targeted audience, always define the demographic first, okay, which is age, gender, race, location, and also employment status. But however, with the modern world, the complexity, the dynamism, things evolve so fast. Our people become so complex. In the past, you can have a difference of male and female. But do you know that there's more category than that right now? You get me? Right? So how do you define that under demographic? It's not easy anymore. Right? In the past you can say that, oh, well, to be a mother, to be a father could be easily like about 25 years old or 28 years old above, up to like 45. But in actual fact, you know that even a 60 years old also can be a father. Right? So how can you stereotype that based on that kind of traditional way of demographic? It's no longer possible because of the dynamism of the current era right now. So therefore, one of the most powerful things is to define that psychographically. For example, if you have a product that's targeting mother, okay, let's say it's a baby product, and the purchasing decision maker will always be the mother. So the psychographic personality of that will be a mother. What would be the mother thinking? What would be the mother have in her thoughts in order to decide whether she wants to buy a product or a baby? The considerations, the values, the attitudes, the interests, and also lifestyle. Okay, so it's very important when we want to define our target audience. And don't ever depending on demographic. Always coming from the perspective of psychographic. Okay. I'll give you this example. Yeah. You see, for example, if let's say in the past of demographic, right, you'll be mostly if this lady, with a look, you always define her as a female, age 25 to 35, still single, no children, employed full-time, homeowner with a 2-bedroom condo and a household income of 75K, right? But if you turn it into a psychographic perspective, then you will look at it differently in such a way that this person who actually values, ethically sourced product, that this product are not sold through other bad means, by for example, forcing farmers right? To have a very low margin, or like those we call it the sweatshops factory, where laborers are actually forced to work long hours but with low salary, right? So mostly these people are, it exists nowadays, right? Value-added resource product. They're interested in political news, could be they're volunteers with have non-profits, they like to travel, they like to spend free time gardening. Okay, so these are the areas that we have to look at in terms of their psychology. Then you know how can you fulfill them. Okay, now after we know the targeted audience, right? Next is about how can we engage them, right? Which is we use the terminology of hooking them, because in the modern world right now, it's actually a very noisy era. You know that you go to Instagram, you go to Facebook, you go to YouTube, it's all sorts of information out there. And if it's related to one particular product category, you will see different brand name will be coming out and say that uniqueness of your product. There will always someone saying that your product is the best, their offering is the best, the social is the best. So it becomes a very noisy world. So it is noisy world, how can you attract the attention of your audience? And this is what we are going to go through. Now, no matter whatever medium that you use, right, be it the traditional medium of graphic design, banner, posters, or even the modern one like video, you cannot run away from the fundamental marketing funnel. Seriously. And marketing funnel always is categorized into 3 simple steps. And once you master these 3 simple steps, right, you'll be able to dominate your industry very well. Seriously. Okay? So this marketing funnel is all about how to enable your customer journey from a mass market operations, and you want to drive them all the way down to the funnel of where they become your client. Okay? And we're going to go through the first step, which is all about attention. Okay? In order to capture attention, you need to understand who are they and how can you reach them. Okay? For example, if you're targeting youngsters, 17 years old to 23 years old, in Neoh, what kind of social media that will have the most number of people in that category? Anyone? Sorry? Yes, very good, yeah. Well done. Seriously, Instagram would be a perfect fit, and you know that by going to Instagram, you'll be able to attract a lot of this attention if those are your target. Okay. However, if you want to talk about those like professionals, professionals like C-suite, directors, managers, if it's social media, what kind of platform that you'll see most of them will be, gathered. LinkedIn, that's well done. I think you're very much aware of what's going on, right? Exactly. So LinkedIn is one of the most powerful platforms ever, if you are doing a B2B solutions, because it is still a very much underutilized platform, seriously speaking, especially in the Asia region. So if whoever of you that actually have an account on LinkedIn, I truly encourage you all to really build up your profile there. Build up your profile by not advertising, but build up your profile by establishing yourself as the authority in your industry. And which is very easy by just sharing your knowledge. Okay? So, in order to get attention, right, you need to understand, for video part, there's always this thing called thumbnail. After you've done a video, record a video, you can post it up, right? There's this thing called thumbnail, which is automatically generated. It depends on what software you're using. If let's say you're using a Windows system, Movie Maker, the thumbnail will be automatically generated by the Movie Maker. Of course, nowadays there's options that you can select your own thumbnail, But most of the time it plays around with the video frame that you have inside your video. You select one particular frame and you put on that. So these are what we call the normal thumbnail. So what you see on the normal thumbnail, there's obviously nothing except seeing this person. This is a very famous vlogger as well. But all you see is face. So as a normal user, if you're looking at this text over here. Do you think this will excite you? Do you think this will truly excite you to click and watch it? Not at all, because you don't even know what you offer them. Right? It's not catchy, it's not interesting at all. That's why in the modern era right now, right, especially now it's such a noisy world where everyone can create a video. Even youngsters also can create. I just got to know that yesterday our E3 co-founder, right, Calvin Hua, actually launched a new channel for his twins boy. Yeah, just a new channel, new one, videos, So in this kind of situation, right, how can you get their attention? Which is a lot of the women as well. And it's all about the content. Okay? These are called catchy thumbnails. Okay? Of course, it requires some time for you to really put some effort up to design it. And why would I call it stopper? See, if in social media, in Facebook, most of the time what do we do? In Facebook, if you want to see news postings, that you scroll up all the way right, isn't it? And you can count so much of content available right now, we will have a selective tendency that will be very much selective in terms of the thing that we want to see. So if something that doesn't catch our eyes, what will happen? You just get to scroll past, correct? And this is why we call it the stopper, the thumbnail stopper. By having the catchy graphic, it definitely makes so much different compared to just a conventional one, right? You saw that just a normal one with just a face versus this one, right? For example, that's this one. Best dog training guides, best video editing software, It's a very catchy thing. It will capture your attention in order for you to click and watch. Okay? So, but if let's say, right, for most of us that doesn't have graphical design background, how can you do it? It's definitely going to take out a lot of effort, right? Isn't it? Right? I mean, just imagine we have our business to run, we have the day-to-day operations to run, and how you want me to spend like, how many hours just to do this graphic design? It's almost like killing us, right? So now, there is a very useful tool that we actually discovered, which I'm going to share in the subsequent one. Now, before going to that simple tool, now we need to understand what is the fundamental of creating the thumbnail, right? Especially for YouTube, and this is applicable as well for Facebook, which is all about the one, using the right size. So you have to click on YouTube to make sure that there's no bouncing or no rejection from YouTube, right? For this time, okay, 120, 1280 times 720 px, or the ratio is 69. Of course, secondly, is that you put an eye-catchy background. Third, craft a title heading for the context. The title is very important. It is the one that actually triggers people to truly click to watch. And most of the time, the more catchy it can be, the more curious it can be, the better it is. People are actually a very curious animal. They're very curious. It is the curiosity that enables us to truly want to watch. So that's why by having a catchy title is very important. Of course, you also need to choose a very crisp and clear typeface, which is about the font, okay? That will enable your audience able to read it well. Okay, and of course, if you want to save our time, you can actually create a standard template that can be used again and again, so that every time people watch your content, right, they know that it is you. It's your identity, and that is what we call in certain companies called the CI, corporate identity. Okay, so you can use create a brand template. Now, however, these are very consuming seriously. You have to do it all by yourself, especially if you don't have any graphic design background. So, and along the way, we actually discovered a tool which is very, very good, which is called the Thumbnail Blaster. Okay, by the way, don't get me wrong, I'm not here to endorse this product or I'm an ambassador of this product at all. It is just that along the way, right, we actually discovered that this is a very effective tool. You can do unlimited thumbnails automatically. And the good thing is what, the moment you upload your video to YouTube, right, and you link add this Thumbnail Blaster account to your YouTube, which they are going to teach you very simple. And they will do all the automatic things behind for you and update the right thumbnail into YouTube for you automatically. That is so powerful, right? And all you need to do is only pay the $37, which you multiply by to convert to ringgit. It's even less than 200 ringgit, right? Less than 200 ringgit, and it's for lifetime. So convenient. It's just like you're hiring a very powerful, or very smart, or very creative graphic designer for you to help you to capture attention, and you're paying a fraction of the price. If you have to really engage or pay a true graphic designer for a full-time salary, how much that is going to cost you on a monthly basis? You know yourself, right? And you're paying this for a lifetime, you know. So that's so powerful. So this is what we discovered. But again, don't take my word as in like this is an endorsement or this is like an advertisement for them, not at all. Maybe we found it, we use it very long to share, right? So you can go and find thumbnailblaster.com. Okay? So this will help you to speed up the process, right? Capture attention. Okay, next one. After you capture their attention, how do you get them to be interested in you? And this is the most important part of all. Why do you want to be interested in you? Why should I be listening to you? You have to answer that. And in order to answer that, right, there's this thing called unique selling proposition. I think most of us know about this as USP, and some people call it unique selling point. Okay? Unique selling point means that, oh, if I have a product, what is the unique feature of that product? Is it fast? Is it a very good product? Is it a high quality product? Right? So that is what we call the unique selling point. If you do a service, you know, am I better than other people? What is so unique about our services? Right? This is one of the most commonly used kind of what can we call it, the method to get attention. But let me tell you straight up. We will never ever encourage you to use this anymore. Because why? In unique selling proposition, it's all about how good you are. And if you refresh back to what we have gone through just now in those first early slides, right? In order to capture people's attention, especially at the emotional level, which buying is an emotional decision, right? And in order to get that level, you can be interesting. And unique selling point is all about being interesting. Agree? Right? It's all about, wow, how good am I? You know, how good my product is. And consumer doesn't want to know that. They don't want to know that. Okay? So unique selling proposition is not the most effective way, although it's been used many ages, many decades already. So what truly makes sense now? It's all what you call. Okay, before I go to that, I'll show a little bit about USP. Yeah? For example, some unique selling proposition will be the results from the previous clients that have used your product or services. Yeah? The unique feature of your product, the outstanding experience, the signature style of it, a unique commercial services, outstanding customer service, and extreme specialization. Of course, these can go on and on and on. You know, so many. Everything you find good, you want to tell it. But again, I tell you, these are not these are pointless because you will never be able to capture your audience attention if you keep on trying to be interesting. And this is the part where it comes in here. This is a powerful formula. It's all about the prime reasons of your targeted client, of your targeted audience. And this is the part that comes from being interested of why they want to purchase that. So you see, according to the theory, is that unique buying reasons are the powerful and effective way to sales is because the unique buying reason is the reason why the customer buys from you or the reason why he or she buys from someone else. Now, if you don't get this right, what will happen is that truly they're really going to buy from someone else and not you. So it's very important always before you want to tell them something, stand from the perspective of the client. Okay, literally one. Let me put up a very simple analogy. Let's say Amber. Okay, Amber. Yeah. Okay, allow me to use Amber for a case scenario. Yeah. Okay, Amber. Okay, let's say Amber right now. You would like to your husband is going to travel overseas for a long duration, let's say a year, 1 year like that. All right, and you know that you need to see him almost every day, right? So one thing is that discover that your husband's phone is not the best phone right now. He has an old phone that he's using for the past 5 years. And one of the ways that you can see him well through that long distance every day is to ensure that he has a good phone. Right? Agree? Okay. So now, Amber will actually come to me and I'm the handphone seller right now. So, and I will say, Ken, I would like to buy a good phone for my husband, right? And me, if let's say I'm standing in from the perspective of be interesting, get it? Be interesting, whereby I know the best thing about my product, about my phone that I'm going to sell to Amber. And let's say I have this phone, I will say, hey Amber, you know what? You want to buy a phone for your husband, right? I have the most latest, trendiest phone around in the whole market. And it has the most powerful processor, with the biggest memory, that you can put 50,000 songs and 10,000 movies. And what do you want? See? No. Why? Right. You see, I'm coming in from the perspective of being interesting. That means I'm very interested. I try to be very interesting in my product. And I'm coming from a unique selling proposition, which is all the good benefits of this. Right? Before even knowing what she wants. And she wouldn't buy it, she would just walk away. Although it's really a good one. Okay? See? And I'm sure most of us truly have a lot of good products. It's just that a lot of times, right, that they have been misunderstood. Our client didn't understand this, or we didn't understand that actual fact, right? So this is where the unique buying business comes in. If you just imagine I were to convert that to a scenario whereby if I will further ask Amber, why do you want to buy this phone? Why?
Because my husband is so I cannot be here for a long time. So I want to communicate between years of the same.
Okay.
So I want the phone actually video call is very clear.
Okay, alright now. You see, after understanding that, right, I think most of you can hear what Amber said. She wants a phone that can talk to her husband, see her husband, right, through long distance and see it clearly. So if I were to understand that right now, I would say, Amber, now I have this phone, and this phone actually has a very good antenna. In such a way that wherever that person that holds the phone goes, right, be it an Hindu place, I mean a very remote place with poor signal, the phone is to be able to get a clear reception. And the most importantly, the screen, right, is so clear and crisp that when you look at the other person opposite, you feel like as if the person is over here. You want that. See, right? You see? So just imagine, right? Very simple process. It's all about understanding first, what she truly needs and why she needs it. Then we give them offering. And this is the type of why we need to understand the unique buying reasons right now. Okay, be interested. So, very simple. This is a very classical sample of a luxury car. Yeah? You see, a lot of times, right? Why do people want to buy luxury car? Any question, any answers here? I want to find out.
Image. Image is
very good. Very good image and style, right?
Status.
Status.
Social status.
Exactly, correct, very good. Yeah. So you see, a lot of times, right, people want to buy luxury car is actually purely for status, of course. But do you know that a lot of times, right, people wouldn't want to add in. You just imagine if you were to look for a car, look for a car, look for a luxury car, go walk into a luxury car showroom, right? And perhaps you're bringing along your spouse, yeah, or your partner, so-called, along with you, look for a luxury car. And if the salesman were to ask you, right, why do you need this car? Why do you want to buy this type of car? Do you think you want to say that, oh, my status? Will you answer that? Not at all. Nobody would ever say that straight, And this is the part that Mercedes understand it so well that you never see them declaring that they're helping to elevate your status. And this is the part that they play in, come in. They give you the reason why that they buy, they integrate it into safety element. they tell you that it's one of the most safety car, and now you have a reason to buy. You get it? Oh, it's because of the safety. I care, for the safety of my family. I'm the sole breadwinner. I'm the executive director of the company. Safety is very important wherever I can. You see? So that's why, so it's very important. Sometimes we understand the true client needs, but in such a way that it is at another deeper level needs that they may not be able to express out to you from that, and you can do that straight away. Okay? So now, 3 steps. The third step, which is the most important. After you are able to get that interest through your unique buying reasons offering, okay? You will never make them buy your thing straight away. Or they will never come and say, oh, come, Ali, I give you my money. Never. But if you are able to fulfill this part, we call it trust, then you can do so. Okay? Trust is the most important element in the purchasing decision. Why do I buy from you? Why should I trust you? Right? Will it cost me any problem? Will it cost me any risk of losing my money or wasting my money? So that's always the last part in people's mind before they make that purchasing decision, right? And this is the part where actually we try to instill the trust to them. And how can we do so? Very simple. There are several ways of doing it. And let me show you one by one powerful ones. Okay. First, by getting the trust and confidence, it's almost like allowing your client to be feel totally risk-free. They can be totally feel secure, by trusting you. So one of the ways to achieve this, right, is what we call the law of leverage. If today you are a new brand, you are a new personality, nobody knows about you before, nobody heard about your brand before, nobody have even heard about your product or your services before, how can you do it big? There's this thing that we call the law of leverage. If you go back to the fundamental physics law, how many of us actually studied physics before? I just want to know so that I can turn it into a layman term. If most of you don't, okay, good. More than half you understand this law. So the physics law says that, in order to uplift a load, right? If it's in the equilibrium balance, you need to have a heavy, same weight of object to balance it out. Or if you need to lift this thing up, you need a heavier object, a bigger load, right? A bigger mass. However, if today you're just a small mass means that you're just a new brand with no power, nobody knows you, nobody knows about your product. How can you do it? And this is where we apply the physics law, by adjusting the fulcrum. The fulcrum, the more closer the fulcrum to the bigger load, the easier you can uplift it easily. So this is a part where, what does it mean if you were to translate into our business perspective? Get yourself closer to the big boss. Get yourself closer to the big clients. They'll be able to help you by leveraging that. So how do you want to leverage that? Now, let's see. First of all, very simple. If you have a new product or new services, get it certified. Okay? So by using some recognized body, I mean like Malaysia, we know that there's this thing called Standard Malaysia, we have the Syrian thing, or perhaps if you are launching it in Singapore, then you can get SUX certification, things like that. So certification is one of the most easiest way to be recognized, and you can leverage that. Okay, leverage on that. Secondly, award and recognition. Okay, if let's say your product is one of the best in the market, I think a lot of new companies, when they came up with new technological product, they was always wanted to aim for certain awards. For example, there's a famous one called the Red Dot, Red Dot design, which is one of the worldwide famous one. So award and recognition is one of the fastest way also for the market to recognize you. Thirdly, branding by association. If you look at Nike, it's one of the most powerful branding that always know how to utilize the ambassadors. So this is what we call branding by association. They brand their whole entire identity by leverage these sports people name themselves. In the past, I think Nike has been leveraged a lot on Tiger Woods, until that scandal came up, and they have no choice but to move on. So like you see traders, the last 2 years, they've been using a lot of this lady, which is one of the most famous tennis player as well. Okay, so the other one would be testimonial. Okay, leveraging testimonial. That means people that have actually used your product before. Right, users that use your product before. If you have done e-commerce online shopping, I think you truly understand what this means, right? There may be different sellers selling the same thing on this e-commerce platform. But the one that truly can actually make you trust that, especially if you really buy, would be the one with the best rating. Agree? And most of the time, you even go to the item, go to the bottom below and see what are the commonly ratings given by most of the users. The more bigger star or higher stars we call it, right, the more confident you have, isn't it? Right? So that's one of the most powerful ways, testimonial. Of course, if you're not doing it online, you're not selling products, then how can you do it? In your website. Whoever has actually experienced your services, right? Or let's say you're offering a medical solutions, your patients that's experienced how bad the condition was versus after they've gone through your treatment, after gone through your services, and how good it became. That comparison itself can be a very strong testimonial, right? So take note of that, that's how it works, okay? So these are the different ways to leverage. Let's say you're a new brand and you want to make it big, gain the people's attention and gain their trust, and leveraging this form. Okay? So in the end, what you can achieve is that by getting the attention of the audience, letting them be very interested in you, getting the trust in you, you definitely get their money. Okay? And this is the core formula that we've been using across all our 500 videos that we've done throughout these few years for all of our clients. Helping them to gain attention, interest, trust, and all the way to their paying client. Right? So I hope that you are able to practice. Okay? So up to this now, are we good?
Yeah.
Right, go ahead. Great. Okay, so I think your almost comes to the end already. I hope whatever that I've shared to you is very much beneficial. As long as you're able to understand that, always coming from the perspective of your targeted audience, which is your targeted client, and you're going to do it well, definitely. Okay, so I will end this with this quote called "Dream big and start small." Yeah, no matter what, always have a big dream. And for the video journey, I truly encourage you can always start small. You don't have to worry too much about whether am I going to do it good or not. You'll never be able to understand whether you're going to be good until you do it yourself. Okay? So try it out. And the best thing is that you always have that device in your pocket right now. Right? You know that right now whatever that we have in your pocket is actually way better than the camera that we have in the back. Look at the camera at the back there. It was considered a good tool 5 years ago, yeah, Canon X-A20. But nowadays, right, I can tell you straight to your face that the phone that you have is way better than that. Seriously, in terms of quality, in terms of convenience, right? Okay, so hope you all can start on that immediately, utilize it. Okay, so now before we end, I would like to share with you one more thing, just for E3 members and also for those that actually attended on the session today, is that we are going to conduct a very powerful video masterclass workshop in such a way how to create an own and effective sales conversion video. This workshop is going to teach you step by step how you're going to plan the video content, how you're going to shoot it, how you're going to edit it, and as well how you're going to launch it out and get the attention all in one day. Even though you are not a creative person, and even though you don't even have a good equipment that we have the back of it. That's what you already have to do in your pocket. So to conduct this class, the date of the class will be on 11th October, which is a Friday. The venue will be at Ponderosa Resort, Ponderosa. The time is from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. with 3 break sessions. Now, one thing for sure is that this course, right, this workshop is 100% HRDF approved and certified, which means, right, you can utilize your company fund to claim it directly. 100% claimable. And this course comes with a meal, which is lunch. It's a resort lunch, 2 tea breaks and condiments, and so free flow of fresh drink. What you're going to get along with this workshop is that it's inclusive of the cost of material and also the props. If let's say you're going to do shooting on that day, you'll get all the props, all the equipment things for you. Alright? Not spend will be given. coursework information will be given to you in a PDF format so that you can, after the class, you can learn and you can refresh the material. And of course, in the end, right, you also be given a certificate to certify right now that you're a video master right now. You can create your own video. Okay? Very simple. Anyone interested in this? Let's look at the course fees. So the course fees to the public is actually 1,499 ringgit. However, for today, Food Super Early Bird, before 31st August, it's only 599. Take note that this is 100% HRDF claimable. And for today, if let's say you're interested, you can look for Luis. Luis is from my company. And all you need to do is just like put a 50 ringgit booking fees and that's it. Settle. The rest you can, actually claim from HRDF later on, right? 50 ringgit only. So if you're past this 31st August, 1st September, 30th September, you need to pay 799. Or later, we call it the last minute personal, you have to pay 999. Okay? It's only for each week. Okay? So I think that's all. If you're interested, you can scan this code to register and we will be able to assist you. Alright? Okay? So I think that's all. And my session for today. Thank you so much.